Liverpool's pursuit of Alexander Isak, Newcastle United's star striker, has dominated headlines in recent weeks. Since joining from Real Sociedad in 2022 for around $63 million, Isak has been Newcastle's attacking spearhead, scoring 62 goals in 109 appearances. At just 27, he is entering his prime years, and his blend of pace, power, and clinical finishing has made him one of the most feared forwards in Europe. However, cracks began to show in his relationship with Newcastle this summer. Reports suggested the striker was unhappy with the club's inability to strengthen adequately in the transfer window and grew frustrated at promises he felt were broken. He skipped parts of preseason, trained away from the first team, and made it clear he would not play for Newcastle again under the current situation. Liverpool, always keen to reinforce their attack, sensed an opportunity. Their first bid of around $100 million was swiftly rejected, with Newcastle insisting they would not sell, especially without a replacement. The Magpies valued Isak at closer to $150 million, a figure that would smash British records. Liverpool's second move unwilling to give up, Liverpool structured a new deal worth around $130 million plus add-ons. This figure is edging close to Newcastle's valuation and represents nearly double what the Magpies paid for Isak 2 years ago. For perspective, it would also surpass the $116 million Liverpool spent on Florian Wirtz earlier in the same summer. The key here is that Liverpool aren't just throwing money blindly. Their recruitment strategy under Arne Slot and sporting director Richard Hughes has been meticulous, targeting players in their peak years with proven top-level output and the physical and technical profile to thrive in the Premier League. Isak fits that bill perfectly. Why Liverpool want Isak immediate impact? Isak is already Premier League proven and could slot straight into the front line alongside Mohamed Salah, Luis Diaz, Darwin Núñez, or Cody Gakpo. Future planning. At 27, he bridges the gap between younger forwards like Núñez and older stars like Salah. Versatility. Though primarily a number 9, he can drift wide, link play, and create, which aligns with Slot's fluid attacking philosophy. Big game mentality. His record in high-pressure matches for Newcastle has been impressive, and Liverpool need that killer instinct for another title push. Newcastle's dilemma selling Isak is risky for Newcastle. He is their best player and a fan favorite, but financial realities bite. Newcastle, owned by Saudi-backed PIF, are still constrained by Premier League profit and sustainability rules, PSR. Big sales help them balance the books while still making signings. With Nick Woltemade joining from Stuttgart for a club record 69 mm and negotiations ongoing for Yoane Wissa of Brentford, Newcastle are preparing life without Isak. Manager Eddie Howe has publicly danced around the issue, neither confirming nor denying Isak's exit, but admitting that you can't be oblivious to what's happening. His cryptic words suggest acceptance that the Swedes' days at St. James's Park are numbered. Likely outcome: if Liverpool increase their bid just slightly, perhaps adding performance-based bonuses, Newcastle may finally accept. The dominoes are already falling with replacements lined up. It now feels more a matter of when rather than if. Key: Michael Olise, the long-term Salah successor? Liverpool's forward planning. While the Isak saga dominates the present, Liverpool are also looking to the future. The question every fan and analyst asks: what happens after Mohamed Salah? The Egyptian king, now 32, is contracted until 2027. He remains world-class, but the Reds know they must plan ahead. This is where Michael Olise enters the conversation. The 23-year-old French winger lit up the Premier League with Crystal Palace before sealing a move to Bayern Munich this summer. His flair, creativity, and ability to play on the right make him a stylistically similar option to Salah. The rumored German journalist Christian Falk reported that Liverpool are monitoring Olise as a long-term target. Importantly, contrary to some speculation, there is no release clause in his Bayern contract. That makes any future deal more complicated but not impossible. Why Liverpool like Olise's age profile? At 23, he could be the natural heir to Salah by the time the Egyptian winds down. Premier League experience. He has already shown in England, meaning adaptation time would be minimal. Technical quality, quick feet, creativity, and ability to beat defenders one-on-one. Market logic. Liverpool's model thrives on long-term succession planning rather than short-term panic buys. Competition PSG are also very interested, seeing Olise as a natural fit for Ligue 1 and French football. Bayern, of course, will be reluctant sellers, especially if he becomes integral in the Bundesliga. Liverpool will need patience here, treating it as a medium-term project rather than an immediate pursuit. Mark Guéhi, defensive reinforcement. Blocked Liverpool's interest defensively, Liverpool have been hunting for reinforcements. Injuries to key defenders in recent seasons have exposed the squad's depth issues. Enter Mark Guéhi, Crystal Palace's captain and England international centre-back. At 24, Guéhi combines Premier League experience with leadership qualities. He has been one of Palace's most reliable players, consistently delivering strong performances and even earning international caps under Gareth Southgate. Liverpool opened talks earlier this month, hoping to exploit the fact that Guéhi is entering the final year of his contract. With Palace valuing him at around $40 million, the Reds believed they could strike a deal at a lower fee, avoiding losing him for free next summer. Palace's response, Crystal Palace manager Oliver Glasner has firmly shut the door. Publicly, he insisted Guéhi has to stay because it would be almost impossible to find a replacement this late in the transfer window. He highlighted Guéhi's role as captain, his defensive consistency, and his importance to Palace's Conference League campaign. His words suggest that Palace would rather risk losing Guéhi for free in 2026 than destabilize their defense right now. Chairman Steve Parish may think differently in the long term, but with the window days from closing, Liverpool's chances appear slim. What it means for Liverpool, unless they return with a huge bid that forces Palace's hand, Liverpool may need to wait until January or next summer. The club already has Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate, Joe Gomez, and Jarell Quansah, but Slot wants another reliable option. Newcastle's domino effect, Woltemade and Wissa. The replacements Newcastle's transfer moves are the clearest sign, yet that Isak's exit is imminent. They've already sealed a deal for Nick Woltemade, the highly rated German U21 striker from Stuttgart. He cost a club record $69 million and is viewed as a like-for-like replacement. But Newcastle don't want to stop there. They are chasing Yoane Wissa of Brentford, who has been pushing for a move. Tottenham are interested too, but the player prefers Newcastle. Brentford, however, want 50 per 60 million, while Newcastle's last bid was only 40 million. Still, with replacements lined up, it's hard not to see this as Newcastle preparing for life after Isak. Harvey Elliott. The decision. The situation finally we come to Harvey Elliott, one of Liverpool's brightest young talents. The 22-year-old has grown steadily since joining from Fulham for a tribunal fee of just $4 million in 2019. He was a star for England's U21s as they won the European Championship this summer and continues to develop as a versatile midfielder. Interest. From elsewhere, clubs like West Ham and RB Leipzig have shown interest. Leipzig, in particular, were considering Elliott as part of a move linked to Xavi Simons, who is now heading to Tottenham. However, Liverpool have made their stance clear. Elliott is not for sale, unless a truly massive offer arrives. Given recent deals for English talents like Jacob Ramsey, 42 million, Omari Hutchinson, 38 million, and others, Liverpool believe Elliott's real value is far higher, potentially 60 million plus. And crucially, manager Arne Slot sees him as part of the present and the future. Elliott's own words, Elliott himself has expressed love for Liverpool, saying he'd happily stay for his entire career, but also admitting he has personal ambitions like making the Senior England World Cup squad. For now, he is committed, and Liverpool will resist all offers before the window shuts.